This episode of Capes and Lunatics is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. Get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com. Hello, love. Welcome back to Way Before the Bat, and I don't know why my equipment is malfunctioning, but I am Phil, joined by
Tyler,
Mr. DC Superfan himself. Alright, so we're here to discuss the Pennyworth, episode 4. This is probably about as far as I go. Lady Penelope.
Did we ever get that name?
Is that the leader of the,
No, it wasn't. Because that's what I thought, too. I was like, that's what, when we found her, I was like, that's who that is, right? And then, no, it was not.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they're teasing it. I don't know.
I was quite caught off guard because I was like, who is Lady Penelope? And never did she show up.
But yeah, I'm out. After that ending, I'm out. But no, the free Epics runs out, and I can't justify paying $6 for one show. or else I would have been buying Star Trek Discovery. But I don't know. Might have to break down for a
See, that's why I don't know, man. Some of these shows and stuff, I'm like,
that's what I'm saying. I finished Jessica Jones, and Netflix might be going soon. Although Lucifer, there's another season of Lucifer coming. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be mostly Disney Plus and DC Universe.
Yeah, I can't. They're just like splitting too many hairs, but whatever.
Yeah,
we're with episode 4 of Pennyworth. So this episode, man, like it has. You told me, brace me for the ending. You were right.
I know. First you're like the kiss. I was like, oh no.
I was like, what the heck, Alfred? Don't be touching Martha.
What is this? Lilith Hellfire's fan fiction?
I'm like, but then I was like, I'll give it to you. They were in a stressful situation. They were drinking. Okay. Martha's feeling, useless and compromised. Okay. Alfred's a charming man.
I mean, I don't know. Are they going to play up like that romantic love triangle or something? It's like, but you know how it ends.
Yeah, man, I do not want, I would rather just see the friendship of Alfred, Thomas, and Martha come to be. Definitely. Like, I don't want to see any kind of
hanky-panky.
Yeah, I really do not care or want to see them do any kind of like, oh, what if Alfred, no.
Yeah.
No.
Let's see him build his friendship with both of them. That's, yeah.
Let's build him to see the man that basically is going to end up raising their son.
Yeah. And it just, I don't know. Is that why he raises Bruce? He feels bad because he tried the Mac on Martha?
I don't need all that extra stuff in there, but.
And I wondered why I got an extra episode 4, because the free Epics runs out, I believe, Saturday, because, DirecTV had Epics till Saturday. So I was like, but I guess they played episode 3 and 4 last night. I was like, whoa, okay. But I guess they really wanted to hook people with episode 4's ending. Yeah, we'll get there.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, this episode starts off with I don't even know how to describe what this guy, the person that we thought would be the main villain of the story when it started, who was the leader of the Raven Society, who now has been mutilated with no nose, looking like, I don't know, just like it's just gross without no, his nose is chopped off, and he's humbling around in the shadows, and then we see him kind of get help from a street kid, and then skip to the end, we see him basically being treated like a dog, responding to him, and there's little stuff like that makes it feel more like Gotham was. That's just weird, especially with Bet Sykes and her sister. Her sister's like a dominatrix, and she has the old man under the table and his old wife in her underwear ironing and cooking in the house. I don't know. That's just some weird stuff that I don't really care.
Oh, but just the sisters fighting, I'm just like, yeah, it's sisters. I'm surprised. I mean, I don't think I've ever met any sisters who like haven't said they haven't fought. I mean, Danielle has 3 sisters. They fought. My mother, the most peaceful person in the world. Oh yeah, I used to fight with my sister. I'm like, what?
Your mom is very calm.
Oh my lord, yeah. So I'm so say even when she said she fought with her sister, I was like,
so I mean, I just that scene was awesome though. Bet and her sister fighting and just it was a cool scene because I liked how like intense they got with their fighting.
Mm-hmm.
But it just I'm like, where are they going to go with her? I thought one of them might kill the other one, but that didn't happen. We have Esme talking with Alfred's parents about helping, his father help plan the wedding.
After they had loud sex upstairs.
Dude, that was hilarious. Hilarious. I was like, this might be my favorite part of this episode.
I'm like,
just because like the father's sitting there like.
I'm like, did they not realize, or was Alfred just like after last episode be like, yeah, who's the alpha dog now in this house, old man?
But man, like. But the main crux of like this episode is Martha and Alfred going to find who the new leader of the Raven Society is, and it takes them to do you not feel like there's just a hint of creepiness everywhere we go in this show?
Oh yeah. Well, again, it's like like Charlie said, it fits perfectly in that world of that Gotham setup.
I mean, they get to that small village, and she asks about the maypole, and he's like, I don't feel like answering with the presence of a lady. She's like, oh, not a lady. He's like, well then, it's for sex orgies.
Well, I was waiting because even the trip down there, he was asking her where she's from, and round. I was waiting for her to say Gotham or something.
But we did get Thomas like really quickly. The scene of Thomas meeting Martha was lame.
Yeah, I know. Well,
it was just lame.
Again, you got to draw it out. They're hoping for a couple seasons, I'm sure. So it's like,
but even then, I would prefer them to meet, fall madly in love, kind of like from the beginning, and then get split up.
But that's not how TV works. I knew right away. Yeah, I knew they were going to like each other right away. I'm like, he's got to win her over or something. It's going to take time.
But my thing is, write this series as if you're only getting one season kind of thing. Like, I've been rewatching The Flash from season 1 and just watching each episode back to back and realizing how much they put into that show, how quickly. Like, episode 4 is Captain Cold. And when you start watching it back to back and you're realizing back.
Yeah.
So if they would have like got canceled after season 1, you would have felt like you got a really good Flash.
Yeah.
And I really wish they would approach this in that same, unless they have like a guarantee, like 3 season or 2 season, whatever deal, like, you can find ways to stretch some stuff. Dear God, Smallville, Clark and Lana, okay? But write and make the show as if, hey, this is one season, tell the main story you want. I want it to feel more, not as much of these loose threads about will we ever get to see where it goes. I know,
I'm like, where are they going with Bet?
Like, so Martha and Thomas meet, and it was kind of lame. They could have, I don't know. It just could have been a better scene, even if they didn't like each other. It was just, I felt no chemistry or anything. And I feel like, okay, so here's something I heard some people talking about that I want your opinion on. Have you perceived Alfred as being older than Thomas or them being kind of the same age? Because I've never really thought about it. Because, by the time we always meet Alfred, he's older and Bruce is adult. So I've never thought about, is Thomas older? Is Alfred older? Are they the same age? Because I guess I've always kind of started to think of them kind of like the same age. Like they were like.
In this show, I don't know if they're supposed to be the same age. I take Thomas as being older, but in Gotham, I took it the opposite way.
Right. Like, that's why I'm kind of like about the same age, give or take a couple of years.
That's why I'm wondering if they're going to do Charlie's idea, and I don't know if Alfred's father is going to go work for the Waynes, and
See, I think that'd be awesome.
I think that pre-crisis, Alfred only showed up. He wanted to be an actor, and then he only showed up after his father died, who had been their butler.
Well, they did it. I know in one of the Scott Snyder stories they did because it tied to the Court of Owls. I just don't remember where it was published, but it talked about his father working for the Waynes. And I think it'd be fine if it's something like I told you before, I like the idea of Alfred being called in to being like security or something for Thomas, and then Thomas gets murdered, and Alfred basically, taking over like as the butler, but really the one responsible for Bruce.
I mean, this is a good show. Like, I was thinking even watching this episode, if this was just like a random character, not Alfred, I would still watch this. I don't know if it would be on my radar, but I would, found it, I would watch it.
See, that's how I feel. And okay. So I'm going to compare this show to what I hope the Joker movie's not like. And I say that because, like you just said, drop the names. Drop that it's Alfred Pennyworth, drop Thomas and Martha, all that. It's a good show. Would I have been more intrigued to start it? Because, you and I are both fans of the comics and DC, so we're like, okay, it's a DC show, I'll give it a shot. And then like with the Joker movie coming out, my thing is, will I see this film and be like, man, that was the Joker. They told me a Joker story. Or will I be like, this was a story that someone just put the Joker name on it and put enough similarities to say it's a Joker story, but really it's another story they wanted to tell, but they wanted that IP to bring money.
Please, Jesus, don't make this another Halle Berry Catwoman.
Oh, I don't think it'll be that bad. I don't think
I'm just saying they basically used the name, but it was basically
it was the Crow with cats. I remember watching the trailer and it was like they took the dialogue straight from the Crow and just put a cat in there. And then they had Halle Berry, and dear God, whoever had that costume thought that was a good idea. It needs to be kicked in the face.
I mean, I could deal with the costume if there had at least been a story, it was somewhat close to the comics, the story wise.
It was trash.
But yeah, I just worry about the Joker because I feel like the more you fill in the details of his life, it's just like.
And I've said this with James before, like it would be awesome is if the film's kind of the Joker narrating it. And then at the end, he kind of pulls a Killing Joke with, well, that's one way I remember it. Or like, that's how it could have happened. Like, kind of leaves you like this ambiguous, like, wait a minute, but man.
People are going to revolt, like, people who maybe don't read the comics, or they could be like, oh, that's BS.
But, I like the idea of like I said last time, like, I like the idea of Alfred getting close and friendly with Martha first and forming this friendship and bond and wherever that's going to go.
So, I mean, we did see the kiss, so I was like, before even that, I was like, is he attracted to her? Because remember, Thomas offered him a job, and he basically told him to pound sand, but, Martha is like, oh, I got a job, okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's been factors in that.
Because he's like,
Martha's job came after Alfred met Esme's father, who really made him feel worthless. And maybe he had a soft spot for Martha.
Maybe, yeah.
And so, I don't know. I could have done without the kiss part because I think it's early. I could have done with just the awkward kind of like, ooh, is there attraction there? Is there not? Like, what are they doing here? But I did like, the scenes of just how Alfred's intelligent, getting himself in and out of situations.
Oh, yeah.
But there was another great, what the heck, kill in this episode.
Refresh me. What was that?
When, Mrs. Darkness comes running out the shotgun and Alfred just goes to disarm her and blows her head off. And everyone's like, you killed Miss Darkness. He's like, it was an accident. He's like, she had and I would have been like, it was an accident. She had a shotgun at me. Like, I was just like the last episode where Dave Boy tossed the gun and shot the dude in the head. I think
the Ravens wanted to frame him and stuff.
Oh, yeah. But we got really no Dave Boy.
No, we didn't get the friends really. Yeah, no.
So it was more of just a Alfred and Martha little adventure in the countryside, which was fine.
That's all, I was like, this seems different because those two weren't in it. And,
it is, like I said, everybody feels creepy.
No, it's England.
Like the doctor, before we found out she was, the leader of the Raven Society. Creepy.
That's those English bad guys.
And then we found out about Tanya, the no-name society person whose head is in a jar.
Do you know her? No. Well, I ask everyone.
And you're just like, dang. But this was a good episode. I don't know. I don't know. I was hoping for something a little different, but it is pretty much connected to Gotham and just stylistically. The writing, the themes, the lighting.
Like I watched the other.
It's all the same people.
I watched the other episodes on my on the computer here, but this is like the first one I watched on the TV. like that the beginning scene in the club when I thought it was shot like Gotham.
Yeah, it is. It totally, like, I mean, I know it's the same creative people, but you could be the same people and do things differently. But no, it's like, it's in my head canon right now. This is a prequel to Gotham because it just works. It feels that way. I listened to some people talk today on Holy Batcast about how it sounds like Danny, is it Danny Cannon? I think, who's the actor playing. He sounds like he's doing a young Michael Caine, but that's actually the way he
Alfred's,
talks. Yeah. And after I heard them say, like, Michael Caine, I was like, oh, I could hear it.
Jack Bannon voice or something?
Yeah. Yeah, Bannon. That's what it is. So I'm like, it sounds like he's a young Michael Caine type voice. I'm like,
I wouldn't be surprised if he watched a bunch of the different Alfred, the different actors who've performed Alfred and, like,
Why not? I mean, you have quite a few to
and I'm sure if nothing else, he probably watched the one on Gotham.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably like required. Like, but I liked it. I mean, we got the nice little kind of, twist where, Martha gives Alfred some money and Alfred gives the money to, ironically, the homeless boy who is feeding the no-nose person. So that was kind of a nice little, I can't remember the guy's name. They said it too fast. Lord something. And I mean, he's like a really great actor and he's not doing anything yet. So that to me was, but yeah, we're holding off on the big twist.
What, the ending? Well, before we get there, I wanted to ask you, do you think Esme was just hanging out with his parents all day just because, oh, we're getting married, I'm going to get to know your parents and, blah, blah, blah. Or was he just like, keep an eye on Esme, she was like, she sits around the apartment with a gun when she's by herself and,
Yeah, I mean, I think it was he wanted her out of the apartment because she was paranoid because Bet knew where she lived.
Because he even told her on the phone, he's like, stay at the folks.
Stay with mom and dad. And, he was like, you'll be my goodwill branch because he said, did you have a fight or whatever? And so, and you see her bonding with his parents and then the end. I think we pretty much covered everything. I want to just jump to the end.
Okay, yeah. Because I didn't miss it, right? We didn't see who killed her, right?
No, we didn't see, like at first I was wondering if it was going to be like the scene was going to play out like it was like Thomas Wayne had showed up to see Alfred and like Esme and Thomas were going to kind of meet. And then that would kind of be like Alfred, like, what are you doing here? Whatever. But no, someone shows up to Esme's and Alfred's apartment and murders Esme.
Yeah.
And it's edited like you think it might be Alfred coming in cause it's done where she hears the footsteps, she sees it, she hears like the key or whatever at the door. And instead of getting scared like she was earlier when Alfred came in, she hides to surprise him. And when she comes out to see, we don't see who it is. She's scared and it cuts to Alfred like coming to the apartment on the outside. Yeah. And then when he gets there, she's on the floor dead. And
there's like blood in her head. At first I was like, oh, maybe she's not dead. But yeah, I watched the previews for next week. Yeah, she's dead.
Yep.
Did you see the previews?
No, because I'll probably watch the episode tonight.
Well, her dad definitely blames him, and he's saying something to him like, well, who hates you enough that, your death is not enough for them.
So, but yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the episode. I like it. I'm going to continue watching this for as long as I can. See if I can get some info to Phil. Maybe he can watch it too. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
So the first season's like 10, right? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. A lot of these shows, you don't need more than
that. I think 10, like James and I were talking about this season of Krypton, how I feel like the 10 episodes and the pacing of this season of Krypton has really been the best because I feel like they haven't moved too quickly, but they haven't felt like they've drawn stuff out.
I felt season 1 felt a little slow in parts, and season 2's been better pacing, I think.
Well, I give season 1 a little bit of a pass because they had filmed stuff and were working on stuff and then changed what they wanted the show to be.
They reworked that thing so many times.
They did. I mean, I got downloaded the original trailer that they put on that has footage that was never in an episode, and then they pulled the trailer and then later, released a different trailer with some similar shots. So, I mean, that it was originally something completely different. So, yeah. But anything else?
I don't think so. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't, like you said, it was a pretty simple episode. I mean, it was a good episode, but yeah, there wasn't a lot. There was Esme basically with the parents, and then Alfred and Martha on their mission. That was it. Like you said, didn't get his buddies, didn't get anything else, really. You really didn't even get any shots of, like, the Ravens other than when they interacted with Alfred and Martha. And they burned their clothes.
Yeah, she's like, we burned your clothes. She's like, no.
What kind of tea would you like? I'll have what you're having. Oh, I'm having.
I do like I like the idea. What if she poisoned the tea? No. Like, as if that's off limits for them. Yeah. Like, we would never touch our tea.
Poison the bloody tea.
And we apologize for Phil and I's horrible British accents. We suck. But yeah, I think I hear my family home with groceries. Okay. So the wife will be calling for me.
All right. Yeah, I was going to do, I mean, if you need to jump off early, Tyler, where can people get a hold of you?
People can get a hold of me at Krypton Report Pod on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We talk about all things super related, Superman, Krypton, Supergirl. You can also find me at JTY Patrick all over social media. All
right. So yeah, send your thoughts. Maybe we'll, I don't know if I can continue. Maybe we'll get Tyler to do episode 5, but email capesandlunatics@gmail.com.
It'll be, hey, this is Tyler by himself talking about the show. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I can get my wife into it. We can just both sit here on the same screen.
There you go. Why not?
All right, man. All right. Yeah, I hear him.
All right.
So,
peace out.
I'll talk to you later.
Thanks, man.
Hey, no problem.
See ya.
How do I get out?
There it goes. All right, everyone. So, like I was saying, email us your thoughts on the Pennyworth series so far, any upcoming episodes, capesandlunatics@gmail.com. Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/capesandlunatics, at Capes Lunatics on Twitter, Capes and Lunatics on Instagram. Check out our website, Work in Progress, capesandlunatics.org. Subscribe to the Capes Lunatics YouTube channel. Subscribe to the weekly newsletter, capesandlunatics.home.blog. Call our voicemail, 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And you can all watch us do this live. We'll do it live on GetVocalVOKL.com. And we even stream to our Facebook and Twitter pages for the Capes Lunatics. So you can always check us out there. Links go up when we're live. I think the video even goes up to Facebook. So you can watch it right from Facebook. All right, everyone. And again, I don't know if I'll be able to get episode 5 because I'm not going to pay extra just for one show. But if you want to do it with Tyler, email us, call us. We'll work something out. Do it online. It can be anywhere in the world. So, all right. Hopefully this isn't the last way before the bat, but we will see. I don't know if this is my last episode. All I'll say is I enjoyed the series. I mean, if it was on my regular DirecTV or if I didn't have to pay for it, I watched the first 3 episodes were free on Amazon Prime. I would have, if it was free with my Amazon Prime, I would do it that way. Very good. It's just the money. Just the money, love. Don't get dirty. But yes, if I had to grade what I've watched so far, I would give this an A. And that's coming from me. I'm not a big fan of prequels, and I didn't have high hopes for this series, but the Pennyworth series so far, the first 4 episodes, has more than exceeded my expectations. So, if you're on the borderline, if you have the money and you're teetering whether, trying to decide whether to watch it or not, I would say watch it. All right, everyone. Keep coming back, and we'll keep updating you. Good night.